Good evening, USA. Guys, I hope you are having the best possible day. Welcome back to the show. If you're new here, so happy to see you. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So there's a couple things I saw online today, and I'm so excited to share. Some of it's just pretty positive, and I'm excited to share it. Look at this great moment that we saw. I saw this from Margot Martin, and she is the deputy director of communications for President Trump. Holy cow, that's incredible. But look at this. The caption is tonight, President Trump received the first ever presidential commemorative inaugural Diet Coke bottle from the chairman and CEO of Coca Cola, James Quincy. Oh, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these two guys just sitting next to each other, smiling. Look how cheesing President Trump is right now. Isn't that incredible? And look at this Coke bottle. Wow, look at this. The inauguration of the President of the United States, January 20th. Wow. So apparently they've done regular Coke bottles in the past, but this is the first Diet Coke. And I think that's so awesome. And someone made this meme about it, right? They're like, Bobby hearing about the inaugural Diet Coke because apparently Bobby Jr. doesn't like Diet Coke. RFK Jr., what is your beef with Diet Coke? As someone who is, I've been warming up to Diet Coke. I really have, but I might not be very maha. You guys could let me know about this, but I just thought this was hilarious. Yep, this was shared a couple hours ago, over 67 million views. And oh, look at that. Someone has this picture of JFK drinking. That's just like a regular Coke bottle, but still nonetheless hilarious. Also, guys, real quick, I have a new newsletter coming out tomorrow, and I'm so excited about it. This one's going to be really good. So if you want to go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter and make sure that you actually receive it in your inbox, go ahead and do that. Here's a quick glimpse of it. All right. We're going to be talking about the heroes and villains of politics tomorrow. And holy cow, I am really stoked on this idea. And there's something else. There's another layer here that I think is really good. And I'm actually building a conversation about the other guys of politics. They're not necessarily the heroes. They're not necessarily the villains. They're the people who do the work day in and day out. They don't play by the rules. They create futures. Okay. And whenever I'm writing this, I'm imagining people like RFK Jr., imagining John Fetterman, imagining the Tulsi Gabbards. And I'm just really excited about this, the heroes and villains. So if you want to make sure that you get that, go ahead and just go to the link right here, sign up for the newsletter. It's completely free. There is a paid option if you want to be part of building this future. That'd make me really happy. But all right, let's move forward. Something else is happening. This took the internet by storm. Okay, because obviously Pete Hegseth had his confirmation hearings today, and holy smokes, there's actually a lot of good moments here. Before I play this one, let me actually start with this like really good overview by Colin Rugg. He pretty much just did this whole collection where it's just the top 5 moments. So the people who didn't actually, watch the whole hearing, right? And you just wanted to know kind of what the internet is talking about, I think this is a really great video to watch. So check this out.
A small handful of anonymous sources were allowed to drive a smear campaign, an agenda about me, because our left-wing media in America today, sadly, doesn't care about the truth. All they were out to do, Mr. Chairman, was to destroy me. And why do they want to destroy me?
You hear that? The Democratic Party of recently is not interested in the truth. They are more interested in destroying people. And I'm actually going to talk about this in my newsletter that's going to be out tomorrow. But it's that there's something really profound there. That the Democratic Party isn't interested in building people. They're only interested in villainizing people. And Pete Hegseth is a victim of this, as well as our favorite, RFK Jr. He has been radically victimized by the left. It is crazy. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to say that.
Me because I'm a change agent and a threat to them, because Donald Trump was willing to choose me, to empower me, to bring the Defense Department back to what it really should be, which is war fighting.
everything you've said in these public statements is politics. I don't want women. I don't want moms. What's wrong with a mom, by the way? Once you have babies, you therefore are no longer able to be lethal. I mean, you're basically saying women after they have children can't ever serve in the military in a combat role. It's a silly thing to say. So you say it was a political thing. You say it undermined us, social engineering. I don't know why someone having to publicly say or not publicly say who they love is social engineering.
The senator from Virginia starts bringing up the fact that what if you showed up drunk to your job? How many senators have showed up drunk to vote at night? Have any of you guys asked them to step down and resign from their job? And don't tell me you haven't seen it, because I know you have. And then how many senators do you know have got a divorce before cheating on their wives? Did you ask them to step down? No. But it's for show. You guys make sure you make a big show and point out the hypocrisy because the man's made a mistake. And you want to sit there and say that he's not qualified? Give me a joke. I mean, it is so ridiculous that you guys hold yourself as this higher standard and you forget you got a big plank in your eye.
I have read.
Real quick, I do want to share something. And I tweeted this a couple of days ago, right? And it was that I refuse to identify people with their worst moments. Accountability is one thing, but not believing in people's ability to grow and develop is weird. Okay. And I can't help but think that, as we're looking at what's happening to Pete Hegseth, obviously he's lived a very colorful life, right? He is not someone who has been free of critique. He's maybe has made mistakes. All right. And even just this morning, I tweeted out saying Mr. Beast is just about the only person I will trust here, because he tweeted saying, unironically, I've had many billionaires reach out to me since I tweeted this. And the tweet was about TikTok, right? Because he's right. He wrote, okay, fine, I'll buy TikTok so it doesn't get banned. And even right now, someone who I know they followed me for a while, and they wrote, I'm sorry, but why do you trust Mr. Beast? He's a grifter and a fraud who's done more good than harm with his antics. Okay. And real quick, it's okay. You have an idea, it's totally fine. Let's talk about it. Right. So I wrote back and I just wrote, I don't agree. More good than harm. Jimmy's philanthropy channel alone is such a net positive for the world. Maybe mistakes have been made along the way. Absolutely. But does that eliminate all the good or disqualify him for creating a good future? Okay. And this is what's just so important. Like right now, I just don't know if I want us to be part of building a culture where we disqualify someone for a mistake that they've done, and we identify their mistake as pretty much the sole identifier of that person. I don't know if I want to live in that world. I don't know if I want to drink that juice. I don't know if I want to eat that food. Okay. So I believe that his future is so much better than his past, and I believe that for Pete Hegseth, and I believe that for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Okay, so I believe that like Pete Hegseth, I believe that he's a change agent, and I believe that RFK Jr. is. So I'm really gonna always be advocating for these guys. Again, it's not removing any sort of accountability, no, but it's making sure that we don't highlight their mistakes more than we highlight the potential future that they can create. I believe in that capacity, and that's what I'm saying here. And while I'm on that subject, I love that the senator actually said something about like remove the plank from your eye, because he was obviously quoting scripture here of the words of Jesus, where Jesus said, hypocrite, the first to get rid of the log in your own eye, and then you will see well enough to deal with the speck in your friend's eye. So I love that in terms of this conversation about accountability and so forth. So it's so good. Now let's keep it going.
Multiple reports of your regularly being drunk at work, including by people who worked with you at Fox News. Do you know that being drunk at work is prohibited for service members under the UCMJ?
Senator, Those
Yes
are
or no?
multiple false anonymous reports peddled by NBC
Do you
News
know that
run directly
drinking on the job
contradictory to
is
the dozens of men and women at
not
Fox News
contemplated?
Channel
I'm
who
not
I work
hearing-
with
I'm
who
not
came
hearing the
on the
answer to my
record
question.
and said
In
they've
your
never
opening
seen
statement,
that.
Mr.
Also, should
In
be at the
other
Defense Department.
words, you're quite sure that every general who serves should not go directly into the defense industry for 10 years. You're not willing to make that same pledge?
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll be the one.
That is crazy. The laughing. Ah, come on. I got to listen to that one more time.
I'm not a general, Senator.
You'll be the one.
Holy cow. Anyways, those are the top 5 moments from the confirmation hearing. And there was actually one other moment that I really wanted to share, actually 2 other ones, right? And it was him talking about his tattoo, and I just thought this was they were calling his tattoo like extremely racist, right? And it's literally a cross. This is so ridiculous. So this makes me like very unexcited for Kennedy's confirmation hearing, because like if they're putting Pete through the ringer, just imagine what Kennedy's gonna have to go through. Like I think he might have more skeletons in his closet if you're comparing it, but this is just insane. So check this out.
Bit on what is this very offensive, extremist, racist tattoo that you have?
It's a tattoo I have right here, Senator. It's called the Jerusalem Cross. It's a historic Christian symbol. In fact, interestingly, recently I attended briefly the memorial ceremony of former President Jimmy Carter on the floor of our national cathedral. On the front page of his program was the very same Jerusalem Cross. It is a Christian religious symbol. And when the events happened before preceding the Biden inauguration, I was a part of the mobilization to defend that inauguration as someone who'd been a proud supporter of Donald Trump, but also a member of the military, had orders to come to Washington, D.C. to guard that inauguration. And at the last minute, those orders were revoked. I'd never had orders revoked before. I'd been on orders to a lot of places to do a lot of difficult and dangerous things. They were revoked and I was not told why. Later, when I wrote my book, I was able to get information that was because I had been identified. Someone who'd served in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Guantanamo Bay, holding a riot shield outside the White House. I'd been identified as an extremist, as someone unworthy of guarding the inauguration of an incoming American president. And if that's happening to me, Senator, how many other men and women, how many other patriots, how many other people of conscience, we haven't even talked about, and the tens of thousands of service members who were kicked out because of an experimental vaccine. In President Trump's Defense Department, they will be apologized to, they will be reinstituted with pay and rank. Things like focusing on extremism, Senator, have created a climate inside our ranks that feel political when it hasn't ever been political. Those are the types of things that are going to change. And Senator Sullivan, you mentioned that study. After a whole study was held, extremism working group study, 100 extremists were identified in the ranks of 3 million. And most of those were gang related. So it was a made up boogeyman to begin with.
You, Mr. Hegseth, are not the extremist. The people who would deny you your expression of faith are the extremists. They're the racists. They're the bigots. You're the one that is protecting their right to be one. Thank you for that.
Wow. And I love how Senator Kramer went to his defense. And here in another clip, you can see that he actually praised Pete Hegseth for just him like lifting up Jesus here. So check this out.
But first, I want to say thank you for your strong proclamation, unapologetic proclamation of faith in Jesus Christ. I sat here and listened to your opening statement and thought, wow, this is a guy who in today's culture is willing to stand up and say the first thing is first, faith in Jesus Christ. And I was reminded of what Christ said in Matthew, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and these things shall be added unto you. You are going to have a great future. as our secretary. And I look forward to that day happening.
Come on. Wow. That was so good. All right. And you know what? Let me just share one more thing, just because this has been like a super spiritual episode. I am so I can't even be sorry. Like that's the news. All right, that's just the news. I can't control what these people are saying online, and if I just want to uplift it a little bit, all right. There's one other thing that happened today that I want to share, and it was this post I saw just on my For You page, and it was by Dean A. Wilson, and he writes, "Spirit of God on the move at Mar-a-Lago today." Now, I don't know if I could, I don't think I could play it, but these guys are just singing a worship song in the middle of Mar-a-Lago, and it is just very powerful, right? A lot of people are there engaging in worship, hands are raised, people are recording the experience, and it's just, I think it's really cool, right? And I love that it's kind of setting a tone and a foundation for what we could expect in this upcoming administration. And I just got to tell you, like, this is, I know Kamala Harris was the party of hope and she was the party of inspiration, but I got to tell you right now, what I'm feeling a lot of hope. I'm feeling a lot of joy. I'm feeling very inspired by these people who are who are going to be part of this administration, are going to be part of this experience, and it's just really exciting. This is exciting stuff. This is good stuff that's happening, and I'm just really happy I get to share it with you guys. Alrighty, now let me know what you think about some of these experiences that we had today, some of the conversations that we ended up ended up engaging in. And yeah, I'm so happy to hear from them and hear from you guys in the comment section. And I'll go back and forth with some of you guys over there. But for now, I will see you all next time. And I hope you have a great and wonderful day. Alrighty, have a good night. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.